All right, y'all, we are now live. And guess what? I'm super excited to have another guest. Hey, look, if y'all were with us a couple weeks ago, I had a pastor named Pastor Mike Portley Jr. And the man wrecked us. He wrecked us with what he said. He gave us so much wisdom. But guess who I got across this camera for me today? I got his boy, his son, Trey Portley, and I'm super excited. First of all, listen, when I was in Atlanta talking to his dad, he also hit me up and was like, hey, bro, seen your show, like all the things. And I was like, yes, sir. Want to have you, want to have a conversation with you, want to chat with you. But outside of this man right here is an incredible musician. He's been playing for all these people around the world, from Kansas City to Atlanta, back and forth, doing all the things. And I'm super excited to have this conversation with him today. And I just know he has some wisdom and some things to share that we can relate with today. But before we jump in, you have now joined the Green Room Antics, and I'm super excited to have y'all join this community. First of all, let me tell you what the heart and mission is behind this. I'm just gonna say, welcome to Green Room Antics. This is the place where we do the raw, unedited segment of Worship Afterisms, where we get a chance to sit down with our musicians and our leaders to get a vibe check from them. But as I mentioned on all these other shows, y'all, I just want you to know that the vision hasn't really changed, but there's an addition to it. God let me know that this is now the meeting place for those who live on the outside of the church to discuss what God is doing and the conditions of the world, while also being a bridge between the gap of the church and the world as we pursue those who we are meant to pursue, y'all. I'm super excited. Y'all should be excited. And let's jump into this conversation. I want to introduce y'all to Trey. Introduce yourself, bro. Welcome to the community.
My name is Michael Portley
Come on.
III, and I go by Trey. I am a Kansas City native.
Hey.
I reside in Atlanta, and yeah, that's me. I'm in school. I go to Morris Brown.
Come on.
I'll be a sophomore this upcoming fall, and I'm a music production major. And yes, sir.
There you go. Hey, I see you still rocking that Chiefs jersey.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
cut over. They probably get mad at you at home, huh?
Oh man, because I'm a winner. Yeah, the Falcons are terrible.
Okay, because I'm with the Chiefs. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
It's always gonna be.
I'm on the winning side.
Let's
Come
go.
on, somebody.
On the winning side.
Yes,
come on. Well, tell us about your worship story, bro.
Okay. So as Chris said, I've been playing all my life, but I truthfully I will say, I think my worship story really began probably about a year ago. I was in a bad car accident, and so I remember being on a car accident, and my arm was swole, like I couldn't feel it. I just felt the heaviness, and I remember I broke my wrist, and two different spots. And I remember like I was on the side of the street crying. I was crying. I can laugh about it now, but I was crying. I was like, God, I need my arm. I can't not know how to play. Like I told the Lord, I said, Lord, I need you. Like, and I remember there was a few months like I remember I had surgery. I had broke two bones in my wrist, and they told me I couldn't play and for a good second. Jeez. And then they told me to get back into it easily. But I remember being in the hospital. They was like, I was delirious. I told them, I said, hey, I got a flight tomorrow. I was supposed to come back home for a concert. I said, dude, I got a flight. Can we kind of hurry this up tomorrow? And they was like, sir, you got two broken bones. You ain't going nowhere anytime soon. And so I was mad, but I think my worship story definitely started there, because it was after that moment, it was like playing. I saw playing as a privilege. Like,
yeah,
it could have been stripped from me. And after that moment, I really didn't take it lightly. So every time I play, I try to really make sure I have a posture of just being grateful. So many people, that wish they could do what I do or what we do, or but after that moment, I would say I definitely took playing and what I do in worship very serious.
Come on. I love that. I mean, God always used tragedy to turn around and give us miracles.
Yeah,
and I think that's really cool, because it could have been another way, bro. It could have
thanks.
definitely been a whole nother way. We were talking a little bit before we started the episode, and I want you to kind of give a backstory, because a lot of people, they don't know that you're actually really young, which is fine, y'all.
Right.
However, this man comes from a musical family. And I just want you to share a little bit of what you were sharing with me beforehand so we can kind of establish the foundation of like, he's saying his worship story started last year.
Yeah.
However, the man's been in music forever. And
Right.
so is his family. Talk to us about it.
So, my family is musically inclined. So, coming from a musically inclined family, it was a lot of pressure. Like especially the younger I was and the older I am now. Like, I would say, the most pressure I felt would either be now and when I first started.
Hmm.
Because being around aunts and uncles who are musically inclined and well respected around the city, it's literally like when I first started playing keys, I started on drums.
Yeah.
Everybody was kind of just like, let's see if he sticks with it, or let's see if he gonna be good like his daddy. And that's all I heard was,
Yeah, bro.
you playing like your daddy, and you're gonna be good like your dad. And it motivated me, but it was also too like, it was like seeing like a 2,000 piece puzzle, and
Yeah.
and just pouring all the things out, like how I'm gonna get this done,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how am I gonna do that or be good. And so I definitely was grateful for my upbringing and even my family, because I'm very family oriented. So even growing up around music and hearing things, I have an appreciation now that I never had, because it was like I wasn't musically experienced like I am now. But back then, like, I saw my family as my family. Like,
Yeah.
they was my family. Oh yeah, they sing sometimes, they play sometimes, but I didn't know that they are some pretty talented people.
Okay.
And so definitely I'm grateful for my family. And definitely too, I will say, my family, we do have a good balance. Like music is not everything. Like,
Yeah.
granted, like I'm able to go to my aunts, go to my family, and we just be able to be us. And not have to just be music.
Yeah.
And then, holidays, they always gonna break out 3-part harmony, sing
Yeah.
something.
Always. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm definitely grateful for the balance too.
Yeah. Come on.
Um, so yeah.
Yeah, bro. I don't think we ever get the perspective. We don't get a chance to kind of really hear from those who are children
Oh
of
yeah.
the gifted, right? And
Yeah.
in more cases, often we get a lot of perspective from those who are PKs, right?
Yeah.
And pastors' kids, and we get all this perspective, but we don't get the perspective of a kid who has all these gifted people in their family
Oh
and what
yeah.
pressure it is to come up under them, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think that perspective is crazy because I didn't even think about it. I don't come from
Right.
a family that's like super. My dad sings, but wasn't in the picture, right? But both of them are pastors, so I
Right.
can relate
Wow.
to that area. But I
I'm a
never
PK
had
too,
that
man. I
pressure.
get it, bro.
So I think that's really interesting to hear that there was
And what
pressure.
man, what's funny?
Yeah.
My family loves me, and I know they love it. They just started calling me to play stuff. Like, they just started trusting me to do certain stuff.
Come on.
Like, well, before I moved, my uncle and my aunt, like, they would do stuff, and I knew, like, they loved me, but when they thought I was ready, that's when they called.
Come
And
on.
so, yes, sir.
Come on. I love that they set those boundaries. It wasn't just, hey, here
Yeah,
you
it wasn't
go.
there. Listen, I love you, but you're not finna throw. You're not finna throw this. I remember I did a concert with my dad. I posted it on Facebook, matter of fact. But
Yeah.
I did a concert with my dad, and the last song, everything went good, but the last song, we had used stems, and that was my first time really, doing using stems and whatnot. And the song, it just didn't do what it was supposed to do, and it was the finale. And I remember we went out to eat after, and he didn't let me sit by him.
Okay.
And I was 17. And he did not let me sit by him.
Pop said you messed that set up, bro.
Yeah, I remember trying to pull the chair out next to him, and he looked or said something. And all I knew is when I ate my food, he was on the opposite side of the
Yeah.
table. And I was looking at him. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
make or break you.
That's funny. Yeah. I wanna fast forward back to where we left off before we picked up on what it's like to be a kid. You were saying that after your accident, you now take it serious because you counted a privilege
Mm-hmm.
to be doing this for God. What does that mean to you? Like what are you doing that is different now than it was back then that now makes it more serious for you?
Leaving it all there. Like, we had a service a few weeks ago,
Okay.
and just like even then, like even when it comes to like when I'm in situations where I'm able to pick my band,
Mhm.
one thing about me is I can't just play with anybody, not even from a talent perspective, but I just don't do good with guys who just don't show any emotion,
Mm.
like who could just sit there and play
Mhm.
and not smile or
Mhm.
like because it's a blessing. Like you don't have to do what you're doing. God didn't have to give you the gift He gave you
Mm.
or the anointing, but like truthfully, like just having a greater appreciation and like just understanding that this may be your last time
Yeah. Yeah.
playing. So that's one thing about me. I feel like I give it my all. Some people may not like. Some people don't like to play with me because they may say I do too much or it's never that serious. It's that serious to me. So
So it's that
definitely,
serious for God.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely one of those things where I would say just making sure that not only do I have the right guys around me, but I just take it serious and understand that this may be my last time, and not having a musician mindset,
Yeah.
truthfully, as it's a gig or it's a check, which that's there. I will never negate. I'm a full time musician, Lord is blessed, but also in that, still making sure that I have an obligation to not only myself but to God and make sure I provide the sound that I hear, and so that would be my answer.
Okay. Come on. So you said the musician mindset, and I I was like, as soon as you said it, I was like, he either gonna get himself in trouble,
Right, right,
or he's gonna say something good. But I want to know what that means to you. There are people in our community that don't really get to hear the language of musicians at all
right.
because they're worship leaders or they're mostly singers. But we work alongside of y'all. But what does musician mindset mean to you, and what are you staying away from specifically? We'll get this man in trouble,
Listen,
y'all.
listen. I have to think about what I'm finna say because I don't need my musicians getting on me. I'll put it like this. I feel like okay, I love my musicians, but I will say we can be some messed up individuals.
Okay.
Like from the standpoint of just the intentionality. Like some people may play a service because they were asked.
Yeah.
Some people may play a service because they needed the money.
Yeah.
Some people may play a service because they have an outfit and they just want to be seen.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know so many guys that just want to be seen.
Mm.
So and like in Atlanta, it's so I saw a lot. I see so many guys that ain't even good, but they because they looked apart. That's enough for them. Got
Jesus.
all the equipment and they just want to be seen and even the financial part.
Yeah.
That's half the battle.
Yeah.
Like the money, because it's so musicians. We are one of the few people that make quick money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a 2 hour service, $300, $500. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. And so I think we could be lazy, like, and that's part of it because it's like if some people don't make $200-$300
Yeah.
in that time span, or even in a day.
Yeah.
Granted, you on a Sunday you get you good 3-4 services, bro. You cool for the week,
Yeah.
truthfully. And so, just making. I think I would say the intentionality part, making sure that okay, although I make sure my finances are good, I still do this for who I do this for. And
Yeah.
now I'm at a point to where like I don't take every gig. I
Yeah.
don't take every engagement. Anytime anybody asks, I will take the gig that's not paying me.
Mm.
That's good for my spirit.
Come on.
Than the
Come
one
on.
that's paying me the most money. Because it's at the end of the day, you will get burnt out
Yeah.
if you're doing it on your own will and not But God, as cliche as that may sound, I've been burnt out where I was just taking every gig. I remember when I first moved, I was so excited.
Yeah.
Folks was calling me, and I was at places and I didn't know nothing.
Yeah.
And it was just hard to kind of discern what and what not to. But I didn't at that time I was still like, oh, they called me. I'm in
Yeah.
Atlanta. I'm
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah.
I want to be
Doing my
seen.
thing. Yeah.
Listen,
Come on.
I wanted to be seen.
I'm glad that you said that,
I
man.
wanted to be
That's honest.
seen. I wanted the women to look. I wanted all the girls to look at me.
Said I need
I
some of the
wanted,
shorties to see
I
me.
wanted the mama. I wanted the daughter. I wanted all 10,000 generations. I
Please.
wanted everybody looking at me,
Please.
and that's something that I had to really like Like even like now, like when I'm playing, I try to stay connected to the task at hand
Yeah.
because it's so many distractions. Oh my god, women. That's the musician mindset. Women,
Women.
that's listen.
Stay away from those ladies.
And see, musicians,
Seek
musicians,
the Lord.
we man, we get a bad rep
Yeah, bro.
about women, like especially them drummers. I don't know why, but the drummers are the worst. If you ask the women, you know. Um, but I'm not a musician. I'm a minstrel. Praise
Okay.
God.
Come
You know
on,
what I'm
praise
saying?
God.
I don't have those problems.
No,
But
but I like that you said though, man, and I think this is great because the week that we had Lawan on,
yeah.
he challenged the heart of musicians in the same way, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you know the culture of musicians, you kind of know the heart around like what we're talking about. But the thing that I admire that you actually, first of all, I admire that you were honest
Absolutely.
about when you first jumped in there. She was like, "Hey,
Oh
I
yeah.
wanted the attention. I wanted to be seen by the
I
ladies.
learned how to shout. It was
Come on."
over.
But the thing that I really appreciate what you said is sometimes I actually take a gig because it's good for my spirit versus good for my pocket.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the true heart of saying, hey, I wanted the attention, but really, for real, I know that I do this for God, but I also need to check in on my heart and my spirit.
Absolutely. I have
Okay,
my dad is my pastor, and
come on,
so every Tuesday I make sure I'm online
come on.
watching him. But even on Sundays I have a 5 o'clock service. It's my family, Atlanta family. And we all come from where we come from in the morning, but at 5 o'clock we all there. We it's a good time not only with my brothers, but with my with one of my apostles. I call her mom.
Yeah,
But she's very like just that service is it's so free.
come on,
And granted, it's a 4 hour service.
come on.
So you gotta want to be there, of course. But just being there, and like there's been times where, granted, if I needed to like miss, that's not an issue at all, because there's so many of us that play. But there's been moments where like I've got people, hey, can you come to this service? I got you. And I say I can't do it. I'm gonna be here,
Yeah,
And they try to up the price. Like you didn't hear me. The answer was
it
no.
was no.
Yeah, like
Money sounds good, but no.
yeah. But the answer was no. But yeah,
Yeah,
like truthfully, because it's you do all them services and you don't know what you leaving with. You know. I listen. I done been some places, man, and I said I wasn't going back.
okay,
I don't care if it's $1,000. I'm not going.
okay.
I'm not going back.
Because the heart and spirit there is not right.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Come on. Well, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you, what was either one of the biggest mistakes or wins that you've had thus far while being a musician?
Okay, I'm gonna tell it. I got a few stories, but I
Okay.
think I I think I'm gonna tell this story. Okay.
Okay.
I remember. Okay, I moved to Atlanta. Um, and I'm gonna always like mention being in Atlanta because Atlanta, I had to change my mindset. So there was a lot of things from Atlanta to Kansas that I thought I knew that I did not
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
or things that I just did not know or didn't think about. But
Yeah.
there was definitely a mindset shift, even to now, like certain things. But I remember I first moved to Atlanta, and I remember one of my homies that I knew down there. He called me. He said, "Hey man, can you learn music pretty fast?" I'm like, "Yeah, like, bro, I got you. I'm your guy."
Yeah.
And so I remember trying to get in good with some guys that were well known down there. And so I remember they sent me some music, and the files didn't open up. And so we was texting him, "Hey, the file ain't open." So long story short, they sent me the music on the way to the rehearsal, and the music was a session that they had did a few months prior. So they didn't have the music before I did. They were the music, meaning they recorded this music. I'm thinking they finna sing the typical CCM or the
No
stuff
covers.
you. Yeah, I'm thinking
It's
King of
original.
Glory. So this one, like I'm thinking that, like,
Yeah.
man, they sent this original choir music. Man, I remember me and my dad was on the way because my dad had a row with me.
Yeah.
I remember we was on the way to the rehearsal. I played that music the first 30 seconds. My dad said, "You got to learn this to the rehearsal we're going to now." I said, "Yeah." He busted out laughing. He had busted out
That
laughing
pops
at me.
laughed at you.
And I remember I remember leaving a rehearsal, like I was just like the music. I had never like the musicality I had. I was exposed to nothing like that.
Yeah.
And so I remember it was on a Friday. I remember we were still getting moved in. I didn't have my keyboard and stuff yet,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was supposed to go to my dad's studio where they record to practice, and he hadn't got his key yet, so they were letting us in. They ended up not being there. So guess who didn't get to practice the music? Me.
You did.
So, brother, listen. Sunday came, the gig came. I tried to pad. I tried to use my ear. I tried to do everything that I could do besides practice that music. I didn't have a keyboard.
Yeah.
And man, all I know is I did the gig. I remember like 30 seconds during the first song. My big brother, who I love and who has been there for me since day one, since I moved down there,
Yeah.
he did like this and put his head there.
Dang.
And I tried to like, I remember after we got done, I tried to smooth it over. I was like, yeah, man, we sounded good. And it was like, Mister, I didn't know the music. They chewed me.
Yikes.
They chewed me. Well, I went to the car. I was for the cry.
Yikes.
I think I did cry when I got the car. But yeah, it made a man out of me that day because
Okay.
I did not know that. I didn't know the music like I should have. And more importantly, I was anxious.
Yeah.
I was fresh in the city. But I didn't have no gigs for real. Didn't know nobody for real. And I already played. And so I took that gig not knowing. And boy, I bombed.
Come on.
Terribly.
So you think the mindset shift is preparedness?
Oh yeah.
It's a different level of preparedness from
yeah.
KC to Atlanta.
And then too, like, and I hate to say it, like musicians, bro, please, that don't make you no less of a man or a musician if you just not able to do a gig because of where you are. Like, it's okay to say, I am not ready for this because if you lie to yourself, you will paint a picture and a narrative that you cannot erase.
Jesus.
And like now, I'm okay. Like I know when somebody called me for an R&B gig, I told them, I said, hey, I can learn the music, but they need to be the next day. Like they needed me next day when they had called me, and I was like, I'm not that guy. I can't flow in an R&B setting.
Yeah.
And I was okay. Like, granted, you got to flow anywhere, but
Yeah.
I'm not an R&B guy, and I was okay saying I'm not able to do this gig. I'm not gonna say skilled enough, but I'm not skilled enough in this area to do this.
Come on, that's good.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And I think in that moment, I had just turned 18 too. Like this is about a few years ago. So I should have said, hey, I'm not here right now.
Yeah.
I will be. Because you don't know the picture you paint. Down south, they're really big on first impressions. How they first met you is how they remember you. So if you went on your P's and Q's and whatever the case may be, that's how they're gonna remember you.
Jesus.
So control what you can control. If you can't do the gig, don't do it.
That's it. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you said that they need to be aware of their skill set and be okay with that. But the other thing that I absolutely love is this is a charge, like, because I think a lot of musicians like, I just want to be seen, but they may not have the skill set or the things that are necessary to show up and you actually mess up something. And I don't think it's really the different perspective, because in Kansas City, they're going to talk about you. They might give you a second chance.
Right.
But outside of KC, they're going to talk about you, but that's your only impression that you get.
Right.
Sometimes you don't get to make a second chance.
You don't get a second one. Yeah.
And I love that. I love this mindset shift that you are sharing with our community, because I think a lot more musicians need to hear that.
Oh yeah.
Especially our Kansas City people, to be honest.
It's definitely different.
Yeah,
I won't say anybody's better or anybody's not.
Yeah.
But it's definitely different. Like there are certain things that we kind of get away with down here.
Yeah.
That just wouldn't fly down there. And even then too, like it makes you think, like their mindset is like, if you say you love this and you do this full time, or you just like, why would you even want to settle for that? Or why would you even want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it mindsets, bro.
Yeah.
It makes you think like, if I say I love this or this is what I do, why would I not invest? Why would I not go the extra mile? Why would I love this, right? And so, I've had moments where like I had to fall back in love with music to like, especially
Mm,
when I moved, because at that point it wasn't fun. It went from being highly respected to people knowing who your family and
yeah,
who you are, and because they saw you grow up, that they just was grateful to see you, even being a young black man
yeah.
in church. That was just enough down here. So we're down there, it was just like, bruh, you
You
just
one
okay,
amongst a thousand.
right? It's like it was literally going from like being a senior in high school to like a freshman. Like I
Yeah.
went from being the hazer to being hazed,
Mm,
literally. And so, yeah, it's definitely a mindset shift for sure.
okay. How difficult was that transition for you?
Um, it wasn't easy, and I don't want to say it was difficult, but it wasn't easy
Yeah.
because it was little stuff like that. I didn't think about. Okay, I knew a few people down there, but like I wasn't gonna make the mistake of, because I know these people, I'm gonna overuse them or the frequency.
Yeah.
Like, okay, because I know you, we can hang, we can do that, but I don't want to make you my life,
Yeah.
or I don't want to make everything I do, we have to be a part.
Yeah.
But there was nights like Friday nights and Saturday nights where you want to go out and hang with friends, and you didn't have no friends
Yeah.
or nowhere to go, and I think that was the part. Like I was very. There was a moment where like I didn't have any friends or nothing to do for real, so I over prioritize certain things
Yeah.
like church on Sundays. Like, so it was a big deal, but it's the only time I was at the house where I had
Yeah.
something to do,
Yeah.
or rehearsals. That was a big thing because I wasn't, I didn't know a lot of people when I first moved down there, and so and just every friend or every person I met, I tried to make a connection. And
Yeah.
the truth is, some people are they're just for a reason or a season, or you just encounter them and that's it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And so I think that was one of the things, was just finding, and even to this day, I still discern and have to find, who my real friends are,
Yeah.
who my musician friends are,
Yeah.
who my brothers are. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because, like I said, it's not easy. But that, I would say, that was probably the toughest thing. Um, and even like you said, like it's hard to discern spirits when you haven't been around them.
That's facts. Come
And
on.
so, if taking gigs, like at the time, I was just taking what I could get. 'Cause I needed the money, of course. That's a musician mindset, y'all. But I needed the money, or I was wanting to get exposed, and I was getting into things that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so it was either it worked out for me and I got a good relationship out of it, or it
Or
was
it didn't.
like yeah,
Yeah.
I won't be back.
Nope. I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
So my question, I'm gonna shift gears just a little bit. I want to ask you, what do you think that musicians wish they could say to the pastors that they support?
Oof. Oh boy. Um, that's a loaded question, and that's a loaded question because I I play at I'm at about three or four churches, about four churches on Sundays, and then I play for a lot of preachers on the side, like when they have to preach or
Yeah.
whatnot. But I would say this. I would say my check is a token of your appreciation, but that does not like justify certain things. Meaning, I feel like a lot of pastors feel like, well, I'm paying you.
Hmm.
That's their response, and or they feel like because what they're paying us is necessarily fair. Like you can't really put a price on a good musician, and I say that because you got being a skilled musician, that's already hard as it is.
Yeah.
But then you have you being a good leader, a good communicator, a felicitator. Those are all traits that not every musician is gonna have. And so when you add that as a play, you can't try to pay somebody $300 for it. So that's thanks, but um, that's not the end all be all. That's like And so I think going back to the question
Hmm.
at hand is, um, my check does not necessarily mean that you can talk to me like, because I done been to places where they try to talk to you crazy, and because they paying you, they think you should take it, because that's corporate, that's the corporate world. And I think too, some churches, I really wish pastors understand, like, they understand the culture of your church. Like, I've been in a place where, like, they want to be family oriented, but then be
Yeah.
professional when it's convenient.
Yeah.
Pick one. Either we're gonna be perfect, because
You got to be.
yeah,
Okay.
you can't nephew me, but then when I need you to be auntie and uncle, you want to be professional now. Like, so
Yeah.
don't do that. And
Yeah.
then too, I would encourage pastors, have a relationship with your musician and understand what it is. Cause I see so many pastors that either try to son musicians who are just musicians,
Yeah.
and then they try to employ musicians who are trying to be members. Because being a musician at a church and being a member who plays at a church is two different things.
That's facts.
And I think if you just, as a pastor, of course you want musicians to say I remember at your church, but even if that's not the case, this having a relationship to make sure like they are somebody, if they ever need spiritual guidance or even whatever they need, just making sure you open that door.
Yeah.
Because I know I've had a lot of people try to they try to sun me, or they try to play the whole, dad. I'm like, I have a great father who is my
Yeah.
pastor. I don't need that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, now granted, I'm not going to play if I don't believe in what you're saying
Yeah.
spiritually, but I've had that. But then there's been people who have taken me in as a son, like my apostle mom I was telling you about earlier. Um, and she respects my dad. She respects, that's my first,
Mm-hmm.
obligation, of course, and then she's second,
Yeah.
But I would say just having a relationship with your musician. That's
Uh,
probably, and understand your musician. That's probably
yeah.
what I would say.
I love that. The other thing that I absolutely love, because I think it brings a conversation to the table between pastors and musicians. My check doesn't mean that you can treat me any kind of way.
Right.
My check doesn't mean that you have access to all my tools either.
Yeah.
I guess on a larger scale of what you're saying, uh, the check you pay me for this position, but it doesn't mean that you can disrespect me
Oh yeah.
or you can hold hostage my time,
Right.
right? And I think that should challenge the heart of the leader, but it also challenges the heart of the musician to set boundaries
Yeah.
in the right place. And I absolutely love that. I love that.
Because
Uh,
we're the one, and I say this with all due respect. Pastors, do not ridicule me. We're the one entity that you have to have skill for.
yeah,
Granted, I could go preach. I could tune up an A flat if I wanted to, and somebody get saved. I could. If I want to lead, if I had to lead praise and worship, lead devotion, I could do those things. But none of those people can come and do what I do.
yeah,
You feel me? So that's what I made. I made the comment earlier about being a good communicator,
yeah,
being just a good people person. Because if you have to, people have to deal with you, and you're essentially like they want to make sure if we're good, y'all are good.
yeah,
That's all. That's essentially what I was bringing that up for, because we wear so many hats, or at least we should, being a good communicator and stuff like that. But just like you said, all of that plays a part,
yeah,
and you know,
yeah.
that's what I'm gonna stick with that, because I have a lot more I want to say,
Yeah,
but I don't feel led and
I
inclined.
feel that. I feel
Yes,
that.
sir.
Come on. Well, we are coming to almost the end of our session, Tom. But the thing that I always like to ask my guests before we jump off is, what is your worship afterism? And I want to ask you the same question.
Um, I would say mine would probably be, like we talked about earlier, just you have time. Like, I feel like one thing about me, even when I'm playing, sometimes I can like just be anxious to as a musician, sometimes you have to take risks,
Yeah.
and sometimes with a risk you got a reward. And sometimes if you take a risk, you gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
You gonna look stupid.
Yeah.
You gotta eat it. You gotta eat it. You just have to pause. But I definitely do feel like a I definitely do feel like just for me taking my time.
Yeah.
I've made sure I surrounded myself with older people at a young age and people who are better than me because once you just take on the mindset,
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful with the guys that I hang around. That are better than me. They're doing what I want to do. Been doing it for years. But there are times I will say like I feel like I'm behind when I look at what I'm doing and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like I have to remember like these people do have kids, they have wives,
Yeah.
they have all these things, and they've been through certain things that I have not.
Like at years. Yeah.
And so I think for me is making sure I take my time and understand that God knows everything and that He's the author and He's the finisher. And so understanding my favorite scripture, Isaiah 60:22.
Come on.
When the time is right, the Lord will make it happen.
Come on.
And so understand, just like I said, understanding that comparing, what they got going on, I got going on 2 different things, and God's gonna make sure that when He puts me in a room that I'm ready for it.
That's
Because
it.
I really do feel like there are some things that I wanted and I prayed for that if God would have gave, I would have squandered. Oh my God. Oh my God. I would have been playing at the Potter's house at 11 if it was up to me.
You might not have been ready
Yeah, I
at
went
11.
boy, playing in C sharp. That's it. And they take me higher. I ain't got nothing for you. But yeah, just definitely God's timing.
Yeah.
That's my answer. Yes, sir.
Come on. I love that. There's a couple things in there that you said that was so good. One of them that I really like, and because I don't think we often do this, you said that you surrounded yourself around people who were better than you.
Yes, sir.
Right? And I believe you're surrounding yourself around people that are better than you because they can pour into you, mentor you.
Yes,
but
sir.
you can also just be around something that inspires you.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Always.
And I absolutely love that because sometimes, man, we crowd in this clique of people who are like us with the same similar gifting or talent,
or people who were
or less than us to make
because
ourselves feel better.
yeah. And I was gonna say like one thing that I hate people. That's hate's a strong word, but I will say I see a lot of people who are mediocre because they do stuff like that. They want to hear their praises. I don't like compliments. We was in Kansas the other night. I heard you did good. I don't want to hear that. I didn't, because at that point it's not about me and it's not what I do. I don't want that because it's a mission. Like I'm at work. Like my job is to make sure there's the sound that I hear is created. That way, what God needs to do takes place. I've seen guys like the right thing be played and that be the one thing.
Yeah.
I remember my big brother, Sinclair Parker. When you watch this, you're going to laugh. He has kicked me off. Literally has kicked me off. And so he has said, you are the hindrance of somebody's deliverance right now.
Jesus.
And I've got kicked off.
Come on.
My mom has told me, she kicked me off nicely. She said, there's a sound. You can hear. And then I had to get up. But no, I've been kicked off like, because it's granted, it's not an excuse, but it's the last service. We got 3-4 service before this. It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I be tired. And boy, I done got kicked off. He done, but I appreciate it though because, it's true.
Yeah.
You can be the hindrance.
You can definitely be the hindrance. Come on.
And so, even like I said, I'm very even as a bigger guy, I'm very cognizant of even what I eat before service. Like, because I know if I eat the wrong thing, I'm gonna be tired, and I'll be and you don't want a lazy tired musician. No, oh yeah. So I will starve the whole day.
Yeah, bro.
Or because I just know what that does. But I would definitely say just making sure you do what you got to do.
Yeah, bro.
And so,
right.
Yeah.
Well, man, I greatly appreciate you being on the pod. I greatly appreciate you sharing your story and your wisdom and the things that you've learned along the way with our community. And I appreciate that today.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I'm grateful.
Thank you so much for being here.
This lemonade was good.
Come on. Come on, that's right. The Outside of Social Club out here making these drinks. We love it. Shout them out. Hey, y'all. As I always mention, there's so many ways that you can get involved in our community. If you have monetary ways that you can get involved with our community, there's a couple things you can do. We have a thing where you can support and donate like a cup of love to help our leaders, just like Trey here across from this camera with us. We give them special gifts and some love to just show them that we love them in this community and we're thankful for what they do. Also, you can jump on and check out our merch shop. We have merch on there, and very shortly we're gonna have be dropping some new merch, y'all. So be on the lookout for that. Also, if there's other ways that you can help, we still need things to kind of help out with our community. So we set up an Amazon wish list. Go check that out. If you can help purchase anything on there, do feel free to do that. But there are other ways that aren't monetary gifts that you can help us out that absolutely help get the mission out and the story. Those things that I want you to do is first, I'm always going to say this. If you see something that absolutely has helped you or you just loved or the message was just really special to you, I want you to hit that repost button. Yep, yep. Everywhere we have a repost button. What it does is it actually kind of goes off into another space, but what it does is get all the information out to a lot more people. So hit that reshare button. Also, if it's really inspired, go ahead and share it to your story, all the things, and then hit like. And then check out our YouTube page. There's so much more content, so many more leaders just like this. If you don't want to miss any of that, I want you to hit that subscribe button. I absolutely love y'all. But until next time, I just want to say
Ooh, I felt
use
the
your
glory.
worship aphorism one at a time. I love y'all, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.